I throw lecture on the subject compiler design. Subject code CS702. This is for computer science and engineering students. I am Konkon Jana, Assistant Professor of the Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Greater Kolkata College of Engineering and Management, JAS Group. It's a joint venture. This is module 1 of the subject compiler design. Having the subject code CS702, this lecture based on the syllabus of BTech, Computer Science and Engineering of Maulana Abul Kalam Azad University of Technology, West Bengal, formerly known as West Bengal University of Technology. In Module 1 of Compiler Design, students of Computer Science and Engineering of 7th semester will know about Introduction to Compiling and Lexical Analysis. Module 1 has 7 lectures in total. Contents of Module 1 lecture is Introduction to Compiling, which have 2 lectures in total, compilers, analysis, synthesis model, the phases of the compiler, questions of the compiler, lexical analysis, which have 5 lectures in total, the role of the lexical analyzer, tokens, patterns, leximes, input buffering, specification of a token, recognition of tokens, finite automata, from a regular expression to NFA, from a regular expression to DFA, and design of lexical analyzer genre, that is LX. So we will start lecture 7 in this session. I am using digital whiteboard for better dictation. Important points and some reference will be written in this board. From regular expression to automata. From regular expression to automata. The regular expression is the notation of choice for describing lexical analyzers and other pattern processing software. Other pattern processing software. However, implementation of that software requires the simulation of a DFA or perhaps simulation of an NFA, because an NFA often has a choice of move on an input symbol or on epsilon, or even a choice of making a transition on epsilon or on a real input symbol. Its simulation is less straightforward than for a DFA. Thus, often it is important to convert an NFA to a DFA that accepts the same languages. So, conversion of an NFA to a DFA is required. The general idea behind the subset construction is that each state of the constructed DFA correspond to a set of NFA state. After reading input A1, A2, AN, the DFA is in that state which correspond to the set of state that the NFA can reach from its start state. Following path labeled at A1, A2, AN also. Okay. That will be A1, A2, and up to AN. Okay. And the levelet part also will be there. 2 and N. It is possible that the number of DFA state is exponential in the number of NFA state. DFA state is exponential in the number of NFA state, which could lead the difficulties when we try to implement this DFA. However, part of the power of the automata based approach to lexical analysis is that for real languages, the NFA and DFA have approximately the same number of states. Have NFA and DFA, NFA and DFA have approximately the same number of states. Same number of states. Okay. Now, the next we'll know an algorithm for subset construction of a DFA from an NFA. Here, the input method is an NFN, a DFA D. NFA for NFAN and for DFA that is D. Okay. And same language as N. And the method or algorithm construct a condition table dtran for D. Each state of D is a set of NFA state. And we construct dtran so D will simulate. We construct dtran so D will be simulate in parallel. All possible move N can make on a given input string. Our first problem is to deal with epsilon transition of N properly. In this table, we will see the definition of several functions that describe basic computations on the states of N that are needed in the algorithm. Note that S is a single state of N, while T is a set of state of N. Okay, T and S. We must explore those states that N can be in after seeing some input string. As a basis, before reading the first input symbol, N can be any of the states of epsilon closure. Any of the states of epsilon closure. Any of that one. Okay. Where S is its start state. Okay. This is the start state. Okay. Where the N can be in set of state T after reading input string X. If next reads input A, then N can immediately go to any of the states in move TA. In move TA. Clear? Okay. However, after reading A, it may also make several epsilon transition. Thus, N could be in any state of epsilon closure move to T. Okay, after reading input X A. Construction of an NFA from a regular expression. Construction of an NFA from a regular expression. We know the algorithm that was helpful for us. Now we know given algorithm for converting any regular expression to an NFA. Any irregular expression any regular expression to an NF. Okay, that defines the same language. So the algorithm is syntax directed. Algorithm is syntax directed in the sense that it works recursively of the past tree. Recursively of the parts tree. Okay, for the regular expression. For each sub-expression, the algorithm construct an NFA with a single accepting state. This is the Thomson algorithm. This is the Thomson algorithm. Okay, and that is to convert a regular expression to an NFA. Input a regular expression are over alphabet sigma, and output an NFA in accepting LR. Method being by parsing R into its constituent sub-expression. The rules for constructing the NFA consist of basis rules for handling sub-expression with no operators and inductive rules. Okay, and inductive rules, basis rules and inductive rules. Now go for that. Okay, so this is the basis rules and this one is the inductive rules. Okay, for expression epsilon, construct the NFA first. Here I is a new state, the start state of this NFA, and F is another new state, the accepting state for the NFA. For any sub-expression A in J, construct the NFA, where again I and F are new states, the start and accepting state respectively. Note that in both of the basis construction, we construct a distinct NFA with new state for every occurrence of epsilon or some A as a sub-expression of R. And for the induction, NS, NTR, NFS for regular expression T respectively. Okay, this is these basics and it on. And for induction, this is for NFA. Okay, and the next one is for suppose R equals to ST, then construct NR, and that purpose that will be used here. Okay, now next we need to know the design of lexical analyzer generator. In this section we shall apply the techniques to see how a lexical analyzer generator such as Lex is architected. We discuss two approaches based on NFS and DFS. The latter is essentially the implementation of what? Of lexical analysis, that is LX. Lex. Now the structure of the generated analyzer is like that. That will be the input buffer. Okay, and the Lexmi will be there. Overviews the architecture of lexical analyzer generated by Lex. The program that serve as the lexical analyzer includes a fixed program that simulates an automata. At this point, we leave open whether the automation is deterministic or non-deterministic. The rest of the lexical analyzer consists of components that are created from the Lex program by Lex itself. From the Lex program by Lex itself. By Lex itself. Okay, and these components are actually these are a transition table for the automata, and those functions that are passed directly through LX to the output. And next is the action from the input program which appear as fragment. Of code, and that to be invoked at the appropriate time by the automata simulator. Okay, so to construct the automaton, we begin by taking each regular expression pattern in the LX program and converting it to an NF. Clear? LX program. Compiler, and this action will be taken and simulator will do that. Okay, and pattern. So we combine all the NFS into one by introducing a new start state with epsilon transition to each of that state. And this construction is shown in this diagram. Okay, how that action will be taken. An NFA constructed from a LX program. Okay, where this expression action E1 for pattern P1 will be taken. Okay, ABB for this pattern and SW plus for this pattern P3. And note that these three patterns present some conflicts of the type. In particular, string ABB matches both the second and third patterns, but we shall consider it a Lexmi for pattern P2 only, since the pattern is listed first in the above Lex program. Then input strings such as AA, BB and so on have many prefixes that match the third pattern. Okay. So that is all about this module. Thank you.